Christian Audio, a division of Recorded Books, presents You Were Never Meant to Lead Alone, The Power of Sharing Leadership by E. K. Strawser. Foreword by Alexia Salvatierra. Afterword by David E. Fitch. Narrated by E. K. Strawser. Publisher's note. In this audio edition, you will hear references to figures present in the print and ebook formats of the book. To Melissa Wong and Hanzo Hamamura, with whom I have experienced the deepest level of both hope and lament in sharing leadership. Aloha Pumehana. Foreword, Alexia Salvatierra. Since 2021, I have served as the academic dean of the Central Latino of Fuller Theological Seminary, a 50-year-old theological educational program for Spanish-speaking and bilingual students. One of the most challenging aspects of my job is to ensure that the seminary, historically structured to serve the dominant majority culture in the United States, serves our students well. This has meant advocating for translation and context where the expense for this service has never been budgeted, and for higher general scholarship levels amid a widespread financial crisis. While this is a frustrating process, it has also given birth to an important insight that I call the choque. The word choque in the Spanglish world is often used to refer to a car accident. The experience of running into the dominant culture's unconscious claim to universality creates the same set of physical and emotional reactions as a car accident: disorientation, confusion, pain, and shame. A natural impulse is to suppress the feelings, accept the current reality, and support the status quo. However, in that process, the particular potential contribution of the minority culture is lost, not only to its detriment, but to the diminishment of the whole. One of the most common choques that I encounter in my work is with the nexus of assumptions around individualism. I remember when a colleague with more experience in academia told me that I needed to write as an individual author, not with a team of co-authors, if I wanted to achieve tenure. I could not imagine why I would not write with a team, as the overall product would always be richer with the integration of different perspectives. When I explain my collective orientation, my colleagues almost always see the value of this vision and its corresponding skills. However, they often question how much value it contributes, whether the gain is worth the risk or the profit worth the loss. I have found that other minority leaders who experience a choque are often unwilling to fight for our perspectives to be valued and incorporated. Fighting for not only inclusion but equal recognition feels like a risk without much hope of reward. When I read You Were Never Meant to Lead Alone, I wanted to stand up and cheer. Pastor Strawser is fearless, unflinching, and amazingly articulate in her case for a collective model of leadership that is both more faithful to the gospel and more effective for the 21st century context. She also takes on another choque. She models being both bold and humble. She takes us through the detailed application of the model in her context while recognizing that no particular element is absolute. She admits that the APES model, apostles, prophets, evangelists, shepherds, and teachers, is limited and does not fully reflect reality, particularly in communities of color, but she makes a strong case for its utility. Her examples are not designed to inspire imitation, but rather creativity and faith. This is a necessary book for this Kairos moment. May it midwife the change that the church needs for the sake of the world. Prologue. You do know that this hasn't happened just to you, right? My therapist asked quietly. I was tearful, asking her if there was something broken in me. How could another church leadership experience result in such a heavy degree of harm? Maybe I was doing something wrong. Or what if there was something inherently wrong with me? Within just a few years' time, I was the first woman pastor to be invited into 2 different Christian institutional executive leadership positions, one in a local church in the fastest growing and largest denomination in my region, and the second in an international church planting organization, boasting over 600 alumni church plants. Both were male-dominated spaces with 2 male executive-level leaders.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?